Yo, did you hear what the nigga just said?
If she don't like tuna, she can kick rocks.
Hey, yo, this is Tia Talk FNF TV with your boy Rhetoric, and I have my lovely co-host Farrah here.
Hi guys.
And what you just heard was an episode from, I guess, My Strange Addiction.
Yes, it's a TLC show.
And we right now, the star of the show is Mr. Tuna Tyler. So I think we just need to kind of break this down because you heard correctly what this man, that was his mother having a conversation with him as she broke into his home to see what was going on. And my boy has the biggest tuna problem ever.
He just likes the smell of tuna.
Like, so, it's bad.
So not only does I think he just eats it, he has like open cans like under his couch in the cabinets, just so like the aroma of tuna can waft everywhere. You walk in the apartment or house or wherever he lives.
It's so bad that, bro, like, okay, we got to put on this date episode, man. Tuna Tyler, I'm sorry that we had to do this to you, bro, but we got to put on the date when he went on a date.
I'm not sorry. You need to be shamed. Bring back shaming. Bring back shaming and judgment.
All right, okay, here we go.
I think it's better to go ahead and reveal my addiction on the first date.
That tuna is not doing him well.
All right, so this is where he about to drop Shawty the bombshell right here. He about to let her know what the problem is.
The first thing she doesn't decide in her mind is just no. But I feel like we're having a good date. You know, as soon as I see a girl I felt like before, I'd always want to let a girl know, like, this secret about myself.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, it's okay if,
What are you doing?
He's going in his pocket. Ooh. He pulled out a can of tuna in his pocket.
Not one.
What is
Might
that?
be a little bit weird, but yeah, like,
two.
It's basically I always keep
and he has the tools.
And,
Why?
thing is I actually have an addiction. That's why I wanted to tell you.
Is that a can opener?
He has tools.
Basically, I have an addiction to smelling tuna.
Okay. Like, I love seafood. I'm from California. I've been on the coast, whatever. But I am not a tuna person. That is not
She's
my
so
thing
patient.
at all.
No, she clearly knows she's on camera.
Just a second.
All right, so here's the
Do we
second
have
part
to
right
open
here.
that right
This
now?
is the...
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we good.
Tuna
we good.
smells really bad. And I just want to let you know, you haven't dated in a while. And you haven't even, like, talked to girls in a while. So I'm just going to be very honest with you that this is probably not something... Please don't eat that.
He's putting his hands in. Now he
raw dogged the tuna
with his
It's
hands.
just like, definitely with this beer, I need something to, like, cleanse my stomach.
When you came in, you smelled a little fishy, but I wasn't
Canned
gonna say
fish?
anything, but
Because I
now
like
I
to,
see
like,
why.
wipe a
Does
little
not
bit on my neck.
cleanse.
Yo, he puts it on like cologne.
Well,
Oh yeah, he took some of the tuna juices and went
Yeah,
like that.
That's not okay.
They're gonna have this on the
That
screen for me.
Oh
is a
yeah.
little excessive, and I don't
Yeah.
think that I know anyone, including myself, or have even met anyone that would. Be
All right,
like,
so
okay.
tuna, like,
Wait,
okay,
hold on. I forgot. Y'all could see. I forgot. We gonna edit it in
you
right
have
here.
you have a good editor. You forgot that, right? You forgot you had a good editor.
Okay, continue.
No, well, it's done with that now. But I just found it very interesting that the amount of confidence he had around the fact that he knew, like, oh nah, I'm weird, I'm different, and you just gonna have to accept that.
The amount of confidence that he had made me think that this was not a real thing for real. Like, there's no way that this is an actual person doing this in real life. Like, this is an actor, and he's doing a really good job.
It seemed fake because he looks like a comedian. Actually, he looks like bruh from that Hulu commercial that for the cars and stuff.
Yes, the
he
one
looks
with the
like
ashy lips.
Yeah, he looks like bruh.
Carvana.
Yes, he
I
looks
think.
like the Carvana dude. So it's kind of wild seeing this little mashup with him in this. But to me, I respect the level of where he knows this is probably going to get him denied, but bruh still keep it pushing like this. He don't even act like it's weird.
Mm-hmm.
He looked at her like the look that he gave her when he was putting it on his neck, like it was normal.
He looked her in her pupils while he put tuna juice on like cologne.
Yeah, like he was smooth with it. Like he was like he was on some shit that nobody else knew about. He was the only one that ever knew about the tuna swag. Like this shit is crazy.
He was like, these pheromones about to make you go crazy, girl.
Like he had a fucking oyster around his neck or some shit. Yo, man. And then his mama that came in, had to clean. See, my mama that had to clean up behind me too, but she ain't had to pick up cans of tuna. So when you came here, did you assume that I was like this when you saw all the tuna I had?
When I moved in here, let me tell y'all, Rhetoric, he had a whole cabinet, one whole cabinet dedicated to canned goods.
That's a black thing to do. That's a very black thing to do.
I don't know. Growing up with a bougie mom, that is not something that I was
You're not American
used to
black.
at all. I am Haitian.
So it's not
I'm
the same.
Haitian. Well, Haitian black, I guess. I don't know. Black is a social
Well, you
contrast.
just hate Haitian. Y'all won that.
Yeah. Yeah, period. But what was I saying?
No, you were just trying to
Oh yeah.
shoot
The-
bail on the tuna killers, the lovers.
Yeah, the amount of canned goods this man had was concerning.
What's
like
wrong-
a concerning
What is
amount.
wrong with
Can
eating
I-
canned goods?
Can I tell them where you get them from?
I mean, I got it from my mama.
Okay, but can I tell them where she gets them from?
Now you can't be giving Shirley secret
Okay.
sauce out.
Cause that's why I asked.
There's nothing wrong with it's not like she gets it from like a shelter or something. It's a community like grocery store type thing.
It's a
She parts
community
of-
grocery store, but they assume that the people coming to said
they don't.
store are
No, they don't. It's
of
if you
need.
participate, she brings food. She participates and works with them. So
Okay.
you get to help out
Bruh,
with that.
I didn't even know they made canned potatoes.
Yo, that's not a wild thing. This thing that you're trying
is
to
a
make.
wild thing.
No, it's not.
because potatoes are not hard to prepare, nor do they take a long time to prepare.
But they do go bad though. So the reason why you use cans is to preserve it.
Okay.
It goes bad. There's
Okay.
nothing wrong with canned tomatoes. There's nothing wrong with canned carrots. There's nothing wrong with canned black beans.
There's nothing wrong with, well, as a Haitian, there's everything wrong with canned beans. You have to boil your beans, and you have to spend the 4 hours boiling your beans, or else you're less than.
Beans boil.
Canned potatoes are fine.
Especially
I
you
mean,
put them in.
canned tomatoes are fine, not canned potatoes. I didn't even know they did that.
That's because you're not cultured.
That's because I'm not, okay.
You're just not cultured.
I'm not fucking uncultured.
No, that's the way the culture man did it.
What? Eating fresh vegetables and fruit is less cultured than eating cans? You sound like a filthy American.
No, you
filthy American.
I'm a preservative American. We are preserving the food. There's nothing wrong with that.
Just don't buy it until you
It
need
wasn't
it.
like I came up in here and popped potato juice on my neck, yo. Like it was, I'd like to put them in the fryer and eat them. That's
And
not
then
a crime.
The main thing about canned goods is they're always soggy. There is no crunch left in a canned green bean. There is no crunch left in a canned carrot. It is full of water. That shit is squirting in your mouth every time you take a bite. I hate it.
And there's nothing but good. It keeps all the salt in there. It gets all the good stuff in there.
There's no salt in there naturally. What do you mean keeps?
What do you mean? That's part of the brine. That's what's part of the preservatives in there.
No, but in the natural vegetable,
Fuck
there's
the natural vegetable. We canned up, shawty.
Okay.
We canned up.
This is ghetto trash.
No.
Filthy ghetto trash.
Never.
And I am a lady.
That's true, but you still aren't aware that the canned foods get it done. And you got to just accept that.
How did we get to canned foods?
Because you are a classist, and so you just had to take your opportunity to shoot at folks that you deem lesser than.
No. We got to cans because he was eating canned tuna. That's how we got here. And this man, had a whole box of canned tuna on its own.
But I wasn't getting fresh with it. Like,
No, he wasn't. I actually fed the neighborhood cats with the canned tuna.
I would eat the tuna though. Like
it doesn't matter.
I'm not a scared to eat like niggas eat tuna. You put a little tuna, mayonnaise, and you in there. Like
Your middle name is high blood pressure.
Yo, that is not high blood pressure. You don't have to put the crazy cholesterol filled mayonnaise. You can get the low cholesterol mayonnaise.
First of all, I make you mayonnaise from scratch.
That's a new endeavor for me though. That's not something that I was accustomed to. So beforehand, I was giving it up on the regular, mayo.
I feel like eating canned vegetables that are filled with sodium and then getting the low sodium mayonnaise, like you.
It's a balance off. It's a trade off.
It's like doing Coke instead of crack.
It's better though.
It is better, but you're still doing Coke.
But no, but the thing of crack, doing crack is like you add the fire, the smoke, like it's harder on your lungs. So it's like no, it's a smoother,
Oh
just
my
like-
God!
just like
oh
the,
my God!
Just like the canned goods is a smoother eat. You know what I'm saying? And you could get a dehumidifier and you know, dry it out to get that crunch back. You can do that. You can like dehumidify. Like there's food dehumidifiers. Like dry age stuff like that. You can use that on.
Or you can just get fresh vegetables.
That's a privileged take, yo. Like, do you not understand? See, now you really about to get me on my food shit, yo.
Hold
on.
You
know how I feel about that.
Hold on, because
you about to get me on my food range.
I did not understand food deserts until I moved to Atlanta. I did not know poverty until I moved to Atlanta. New York does a very good job at getting these people off the streets. Whatever they're doing with them, we don't see them as much.
Well, it's hard to tell when, because the thing about New York that's different from here is you're used to seeing people outside for any particular reasons.
But
at
not,
any hours
not
of night.
sitting, not the way they are in Georgia. Frederick, there are tents under the highways. I've never seen that in no.
That's in New York. Y'all tear them down, but that's in New York.
They probably tear them down before we get on the roads. That's what I'm saying. New York probably has a way of getting rid of and making it more aesthetically pleasing. I have not fucking finished my point.
And I didn't say a word. I was reacting to the language you used.
My thing is like my point is I didn't see this in New York as much as I saw it here in Atlanta. And that's because Atlanta just leaves these people out.
No, it's not. It's because Atlanta doesn't have laws that are actively against homeless people the same way in New York.
Regardless,
y'all literally have benches that are designed.
Regardless, they're on the streets, and I didn't see the homelessness and all of that until I moved here.
But yeah, it's definitely, I mean, I remember I watched a video about a dude who was like couch surfing on New York, but it's like in New York, you can be homeless fly. You can be fly and homeless in New York and get shit off, especially if you white. Like that can be a thing. Like this nigga was jumping from girl's bed to girl bed for years. Like this was like how he lived. He didn't have a consistent place. Like that was just like his little thing where he was like, oh, I'm the nigga who couch surfers. I'm the hobo nigga, but I'm going to keep my clothes clean. I'm going to keep my hair looking somewhat decent, and I'm going to be fly with it.
Yeah.
But in Georgia, in the South, it's harder to be fly. Like if you go to Miami, it's hard to be fly and homeless. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of different variables and a lot of different red tape that goes into it. There's certain places where like will lock you up in New York for loitering at a place over a certain amount of time that you're not supposed to.
This is okay. Now
they won't necessarily do it like that down here.
I remember the point I was trying to make now about the food deserts. So like, also, I don't know. There are food deserts in New York, but like the delis, there are some delis that do get like fresh veggies and fruits and stuff. So even if there is only a deli near you, that deli does have like potatoes and lemons and apples, like bare minimum stuff. Here, it's a little bit different. Like, that's why sometimes I'll be like, are you sure they don't have lemons at the gas station across the street?
Oh, yeah, I'm for sure about that.
Yeah.
Them niggas barely got fresh bananas.
That's the thing. So in New York, they will have like a couple of, not fresh, not the freshest, but they will have like actual vegetables and fruits and stuff in the delis, even if the deli is the closest thing to you, is the only grocery store close to you. Mm-hmm. It's a little bit harsher here.
Yeah, I mean they really don't give a fuck. Like if you go out here to Sweet Lounge, if you ever been into Atlanta, you go to Sweet Lounge, if you're chilling on the balcony, from the balcony of Sweet Lounge, you can see the homeless shelter. I remember one time I was waiting for my cousin to pull up there. We was gonna get a section or whatever and eat, and I remember looking at them, looking at me, and I'm like, bro, could you just imagine being the worst on your luck, society turning its back on you in every single way, and now that you at this homeless shelter, you look up and to see a bunch of people wasting decadence. You know what I'm saying? Wasting their youth, all of that shit, and just for nothing. For nothing that's going to surmise to anything. It's right next to it. Like you can't get, it's literally right there. I had to walk across from it to get to Sweet Lounge after I parked. Mm-hmm. So like that's where I'm saying and out here, when it comes to that, they don't give a fuck. Like, they haven't got to the point yet where they starting to sweep everything out because Atlanta is still viewed of by black people.
The shelters have been closing a lot, though. Like, a lot of the homeless shelters and the women's shelters and stuff in Atlanta have been closing, which is why, and that started happening about, like, 5-6 years ago when I got here. I remember I used to have clients who used to tell me about this, like, homeless shelters are closing. And that's why there are more people out on the streets. Also in Georgia, you have to take it. You told me this, but you do have to take into consideration that the people from Hurricane Katrina.
Oh, that was a while back though.
They came here, but then like a lot of them never got on their feet. They didn't come to New York, so that's why like the homelessness aesthetically in New York does not look as bad as it looks here. But everywhere is garbage.
Yeah, I mean, and y'all been having to treat y'all a lot longer too. You know what I'm saying? Like it's been a thing. Like that used to be on, TV stuff. They used to make comedy stuff about the homelessness properly.
New York put like very inhumane things in place so that homeless people can't sleep on benches. They can't sleep like under the like.
They made it so that you can't. It made it
it's uncomfortable. Yeah, it's uncomfortable for them to do so. So they have no choice. But here they can sleep out on the streets comfortably at least.
Yeah, I mean, like I say, it's to me. There are some people who don't want to be in those shelters because of the shit that can happen to you too. Like getting assaulted. Even from men too, like getting assaulted, getting robbed, killed, all that shit. So all that stuff can happen
if you're not mentally in the correct space. Like there's this
shit.
Girl,
It don't matter about you. Nigga next to you just be hungry.
Yeah,
he just want your shit.
There's this trans girl that I follow on TikTok, and she is homeless. She's living near Skid Row, not on Skid Row, and she recently got a shelter, but she doesn't stay there all the time because she has PTSD and she has been sexually assaulted in shelters and stuff like that. So she leaves the shelter to go back in her tent on the street sometimes because she doesn't feel like 100% in the shelters.
Yeah, I mean it's especially for people with alternative lifestyles. Like that shit is real dangerous.
Yeah,
like there's motherfuckers that you hear about what happens to the women when they go to these shelters and stuff like that. You can say argue it maybe even worse. Because those folks don't even look at them as people and how they treat them.
Yeah, it's if you're a black woman, it's terrible. If you're a trans black woman, oh my God, have mercy and luck and all of the positive for you because it's really hard. People treat you even less than a black woman.
Yeah, they treat you subhuman.
Yeah.
Well, let's get into some of these topics since we are on the topic of homes and housing and whatnot. Let's get into this DJ MV Ponzi scheme. So, if you're not familiar, Tony the Closer, who has been on this since day fucking one, he has been on DJ MV's ass. Pause. And he's been trying to make sure everyone knows that him and Caesar are the biggest slime balls in the world. So, it's just been reported that DJ MV has been part of now a Ponzi scheme, and he's being potentially charged for it. So, we're going to see what's going to happen. It's going to come out of this. Him and his associate Caesar, which I think is called Flippin' New Jersey, was what they were working together with. Mm-hmm. We're actually coming here trying to convince people that, hey, we're going to take your money, we're going to buy these condos or hospitals or whatever, repurpose them, and then sell it for a profit. Granted, it is a risk endeavor business, but if you're around people who are not properly using these funds, this when it becomes a Ponzi scheme because you're telling people I'm doing X with your money, but I'm really doing Y.
Yeah.
And we've seen this so many times.
It's the American way.
It's all and essentially somebody like DJ Envy would be someone to get involved in this. You know what I'm saying? And again, I'm going to put a legend on there. We don't know exactly what he may have or may have done, not done. Yeah. But let's just keep it real. You was aware of some type of shystiness. That's your man. You was doing pop-ups with Caesar. You was everywhere with Caesar. Like that was his man. He had Caesars on the Breakfast Club. And then it was coming through, and I'm going to bring this up here because it seems as though he might have fucked up because at first he was trying to say Caesar was just somebody who he knew. He wasn't trying to, basically say he was incorporated with him. But then he ended up saying something pretty interesting when he got – and DJ Emmy's been happening this to him a lot because Gunplay did this to him where he he screen capped the conversation they had.
So DJ Envy screenshot the conversation they had?
Or Gunplay did it the first time.
Okay.
I don't know who did it this time. Somebody just released
this has happened to him a couple times where people have screenshotted the conversations that
they've been screen recording the voice conversation. So he'll call him on the phone.
Oh, okay. So these aren't texts. Okay, cool.
All right, we'll play this.
That was my show that I brought Charlamagne in, and I brought Angela in. That's my show. I created Caesar. There was no Caesar. Caesar wouldn't have the lifeline or life that he had without a DJ. I created Matt. If I wasn't there, if I didn't create Matt, if I didn't have Matt speak, if I didn't put Matt on the Breakfast Club, if I didn't recommend people to myself, That was my
So that was the first part where he was talking about people who he created. And one of those people he was talking about was he brought in Charlamagne and Angela Yee. He also said Caesar, but then later on he goes in on a longer part of it where he talks about the Exploit Your Leisure crew. So if y'all know me from my previous show, I had a lot to say about them. But he even talked about them saying he made them because he put them on the Breakfast Club and Woot the Woot and all this other stuff. So it's just interesting to see where it's like, yo, it's kind of coming in on everything's kind of crashing in on him. He's got a lot to lose if it goes bad.
DJ Envy acts like someone who doesn't make a woman come. I don't like him.
Does he make his wife come?
Yeah.
That's the only reason why? It's like the list of shitty shit he said.
No. That's not the only reason why I don't like him. I don't like him because I feel like I've never really loved DJ Envy. I feel like as part of the Breakfast Club, he was completely useless. Like your personality doesn't add anything to the show at all. You just play the musics. I don't need to see your face to do that. I don't need to hear your voice for you to do that. All of your opinions are garbage. So I've just never liked him.
Yo, this
as
motherfucker
a
said
radio personality.
that Stop and Frisk was a great thing for New York because it got over a certain amount of guns off the street. Even though the percentages show you it was highly ineffective because of the number of people that they were stopping and not finding guns.
Yeah, and it was just black men getting harassed on the streets by police officers.
And he was encouraging that. So that's why I said this is a history of DJ Envy honestly being a op. Like when it actually comes down to it, I know people like to try, oh no, he's trying to better. No, he's not. He's not trying to better the community because if you better the community, you attack
Is DJ Envy, is he like Afro-Latino? Like does he identify as black?
I don't think he has any Cuban or any kind of Hispanic.
I feel like we need to stop letting these non-niggas into
but he's not
like
he's a nigga.
Okay.
He's just like
that's what I was asking you.
That's what I just say he don't have no Hispanic in him.
Oh, Hispanic. I stopped listening before he don't have no, and then I said black.
That's what
I
happens.
replaced it with black.
That's what happens, you know. If you ain't quick with it, if you ain't quick and precise, they just go in one ear and out the other. And she got headphones on to keep it in. So, but no, I just like I said, it's just I think this is pretty much. Are we seeing the end of the Breakfast Club as we know it, and even in this capacity now? Like we said,
I'm fine with that. Yes,
because we got to look at it right now. We talked about last week potential third members being flip floppy because we can't get somebody who is brand friendly. Now we got DJ Envy, who, if you think about it in a way, he's the one who kind of is, and I give Grant, you say he has no point. He's the one that kind of at least appealed to the everyman at the beginning of it because he was the one who he wouldn't say nothing too crazy. He was always kind of calm and collective with a lot of shit.
Boring.
Yeah, boring. But he appealed to the everyman type of thing. He was the one who was always outside. And
Angela Yee actually did her research and brought like journalistic bones to the show. Like she would be like, "Oh, in this scene you did blah blah." Like you could tell she did her research. Charlamagne was always interesting.
No, because there's been times where Angela Lee, who was that was pissed off at Angela Lee because she didn't like know her music or something when they came up there. That happened. I remember that.
I remember that happening. I don't remember who it was.
Yeah. So I was like, they've had their portions where they've been unprofessional. Like they've all been. They're not the pinnacle of journalistic integrity.
Yeah. I just think DJ Envy is the most useless out of the trio.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, that's the only point I'm trying to make. They're not the most professional journalists.
So what can we see happen out of this? What I think could potentially happen with this is DJ Envy either get in a very diminished role on another show or another kind of programming that they're going to do because they still want to. I know he's still going to try to honor that contract with them, and they're going to want to keep that going as long as this Ponzi scheme doesn't become nothing too crazy. And I think we're about to see this shit propel Charlamagne. Like I think we're going to get the Iheart Charlamagne show alone. Like it's no longer going to be him in a group or in a setting because he's clearly thirsty for a song for a show by himself.
You think they would just give Charlamagne his own show, not by himself, but for him to
they'll do
bring in his own people, like Andrew?
They would. Now they're not Schultz. Schultz is too big. Schultz wouldn't do it. Schultz is too big to do it every morning thing. But I can definitely see him taking that role that Wendy Williams was.
I really want him to grab somebody like Damona from Don't Call Me White Girl because she's not too problematic. She had like one little hiccup and then she apologized and has been doubling down on the apology over and over and over and over again. Like she's hilarious. And I think it would be, I'm tired of DJ Envy. Like I'm completely fine with the Breakfast Club as we know it being done. It had its run. Nobody even really listens to radio that much anymore. I mean, so they can start their like
I get what you're saying in regards to like the younger groups, but the folks that our age are in going to work every morning, that's a large group of people that still listen to the radio.
Did you say our age?
Yeah, our age.
Did you just lump me in with the olds?
We are 2 years apart.
Regardless, did you just lump us in with the olds?
Well, now I didn't say I said our age of people who are going to work on a regular everyday
listening to FM radio in the morning?
Yes.
Instead of just going on Apple Podcasts or Spotify Podcasts and listening to what you want to listen to, you think 30-year-olds are listening to the Breakfast Club in the morning?
Yeah, well, not just 30-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, people with families.
Well,
yes.
no, we're not talking about the 40s.
Well, I'm just I feel like there are that's a people are going to work in the morning. That's a large group that are still listening to radio. I was just watching a video about it because I was under the same opinion you were, that it's dead, it's over with, but it's not.
Okay. I guess there's
still a big market for it. So,
but I would love to see Charlamagne grab two other people and start something else.
Yeah, I can see somebody a little bit small, get him grabbing people smaller, kind of like Wendy did for him. Like I can definitely see him turning it into Wendy Williams meets the Star Report.
I think Mona, and I think somebody, I don't know who, maybe somebody who's like had a podcast, maybe been behind the scenes in a podcast or has a smaller thing that's on their way up.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little bit serious too, though, because Mona is very unserious and so is Charlamagne, so they need to be a little bit.
But he has those people, because if you look at the show now, there are some folks, especially like the girl, the Figueroa girl who does the news mostly for them. So they have people who they can bring to bring that that idea of understanding, prominence to them. What's the word I'm looking for? Starts with an R. Not relevance, but damn, I can't think of the word that I want to use to describe. But it basically gives them a status symbol in a way where you have people who are prepared. They do these certain avenues and can bring that. Because I don't feel like Charlamagne has to even talk shit no more. Like if he don't want to, he could be there and bring up young niggas that will talk shit for him.
Yeah.
And then go from there. So I think that could be a potential avenue. But I agree with you. I want to get DJ Envy off. I'm tired of DJ Envy. His opinions have always been historically trash.
I just feel like we made this nigga too big for his britches.
We made the Breakfast Club big, and he just so happened to be a byproduct.
No, his ego.
Mm-hmm.
We made his ego too big for its britches.
I mean, that's what happened when you start validating. When folks validate themselves with money.
Yeah.
So, and you on a radio show every morning, thousands of listeners. All you gotta do is just not say nothing crazy, and you're gonna get money.
Like you.
I mean, you're gonna get money. You're on the radio.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're gonna have opportunities. So it's just. It's gonna be more to come to this. So we'll definitely be keeping y'all up to breast.
So I think maybe a good transition from DJ Envy's Ponzi schemes and trying to better New Jersey, and we can get into. You want to get into the rent due?
We can. You got the tweets?
Yeah, I got the tweets.
So I was noticing a funny little phenomenon that was going on the timeline here on Twitter, X, or whatever you want to call it. And so,
boo. But go ahead.
And so I was looking through, and I kept seeing all of these tweets that were saying things about, men used to take care of the home, they used to provide, they was warriors.
Tell them what rent due tweets are. Like,
that's what I'm trying to get into. Let me break it down. So I kept seeing I kept seeing all of these tweets, and I was just wondering, like, why am I, especially now, why am I seeing this? And this has been something I've been noticing for a while, like about a couple years now. But I started paying attention to when they would come up. It always be at the end of the month. 25th, 26th. And it just would keep happening. And then Black Twitter enlightened me to rent due Twitter. There's some rent due bitches out here.
Rent due tweets.
It's some rent due bitches out here that anytime it's the first of the month is on the way, when it's knocking on the door, they start crying because they got to pay their rent.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked you to look up some funny some tweets from this. So
I have, I think, 5. So I'm going to read the original tweets and then I'm going to read the replies to the original tweets. So this girl said, bills due and all niggas want to do is talk. He said, hashtag rent due tweets, y'all. Y'all know how it go towards the bottom of the month. And then the second tweet, she said, I dated a man for a while and I was so unhappy. Nigga was walking around shirtless in my home, opening fridges without putting $1 for any of the bills.
That's a real nigga right there. I respect that.
This man said, end of the month, like clockwork, hashtag rent due tweets. This third one, she said, Lord, these men used to take pride in being providers.
So this shit is just honestly, it's just a lot of hate. A lot of women who don't want to work no real job or do want to work a job and they trying to spend their money.
Yeah, because at the end of the month, when you're about to like pay your bills on your own with the money that you worked hard to get, it's infuriating. She's like, God damn it, a nigga should be doing this. Why am I spending the money that I made with my hard work on my bills? Blasphemy.
See, that was back when I was dating. This has been a week where I would stop talking to the women that didn't live with their parents. Like, this would be the week that they'd text and I wouldn't even respond. I wouldn't even, it's been a crazy week. My bad, shawty. Like, I already knew you don't talk to, when you single and you dating women, you do not talk to them the last week of the month.
I always thought that me living with my mom was like niggas thought I was a bum. Like,
I promise you.
I thought that I had to get my shit together. What am I bringing to the table? Like, I had all of that internalized in my head. I was like, I am not going to find a man who loves me until I get my shit together. I make enough money. I move out. I get my own place and I'm independent.
As long as, I'm just going to tell everybody out there in the world, as long as your parents let you fuck in the house, everybody's going to be cool with you. I promise you. If your parents let you fuck in the house, that's the only reason I left my parents' house. That was the only reason. Whereas like, I'm paying you rent and I can't bring no bitches in here. That's fucking dead.
That's crazy.
That's fucking dead, Shirley.
Cause
I'm not giving you money and not being able to bust no nuts in here.
You're my landlord.
Yeah.
Not my mother.
Not now.
Because my mother wouldn't make me pay rent.
Oh, my mother would. My mother, historically, I believe I was paying her rent, but she just made me pay it with my grades. She found something to make me pay rent on.
I had 2 more tweets, though.
Okay.
This is one of my favorites. A broke man is not a respectable man. She ate that up. And then the last one, financially stable men so chill and laid back. It be the broke men that's always rude and snappy. I think they starving or something. I don't know.
That's bullshit.
Nah, but when you're starving, you are snappy. And when you're broke, you do be hungry a little bit.
Okay. I promise you, these women be just as broke. So don't fall for none of this nonsense, fellas. They be just as broke. They just be scrounging and surviving. And they be trying to make you feel bad for it. But, what you about to say?
I just think Black Twitter is hilarious.
No, it's top tier.
Yeah.
It's definitely top tier. But I will say men do have their own version of rent due.
What is the male version of rent due? Because what do y'all get angry periodically about towards us?
So like when we get to the end of the month, we start taking chances. So I don't know if y'all was familiar with the fight that happened last night, but there's niggas right now that's mad. That's mad at Spence right now because they put the rent money on Spence. He got his ass whooped. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A rent due tweet for a man right now today would be should put that 1,200 on Crawford. Should have put that 1,200 on Crawford. That's what a man tweet is. That's the parlay fucked up. When you see tweets like that, when niggas crying about the parlay, now you know the rent due. Rent due on the parlay.
That's crazy.
That's where it comes with us. If you anytime that you have a situation with a man and he's trying to get his funds in order, he's gambling. If you go to Maryland right now, the casinos are full. Niggas are pulling that slot for their life.
Gambling to get your finances back in order is stupid because it could just fuck up your finances even more than they were before. But I mean,
you got to do what you got to do at some point. When you at the end of the row,
desperation leads to stupidity.
I mean, it's at the end of the day, you do you have any? It's either have this little $50 or turn it into $250,
or have zero,
or have zero,
or be in debt.
Zero is closer. 50 is closer to zero than 250 is,
or debt.
I mean, you really.
It depends on the type of gambler.
Yeah,
You could owe money.
Yeah, it depends on
people die like that.
Yeah, you gotta pay your bookie.
Yeah,
definitely a good idea to make sure you pay your bookie. That should be top tier.
Okay.
But usually these niggas now different though. These niggas now going into your accounts. Like they want your card number and all. They'll take it. Overdraft your shit. That's what I say. I can't play with I gamble, but it's only on FanDuel. I ain't gambling with
legitimate,
no bookie.
Yeah.
No, it's not about the legitimate. It's just the bookies are dangerous.
Yeah, you gotta do it safely.
These niggas will kill you. For real. All right, man. So we got a few different little things to get onto. We're coming closer to the end of the show. I kind of want to talk about this legend, young. Like, Ariana Grande is that chick, yo. Like,
Ariana Grande is a horrible woman, and she should be ashamed of her fucking self. Allegedly. You whore, allegedly.
I'm going to say this. There's a lot of y'all women who have tried to pull you got to leave her, and that nigga laughed at your face. Every nigga has left her for her. Has left the girl for her.
That is okay. She got her batting range 100%. Every nigga she try to steal,
a killer,
gets stole.
She is the Trey Songz,
but it's
of pop music.
It's the wanting to steal the nigga in the first place that makes her like disgusting to me. Because if you're a woman,
keep a better hold of your nigga.
If you're a woman who is like a girl's girl, as soon as a dude tells you that he's in a relationship, it's over with that conversation. I'm done with the conversation. Well, so it's just like, as a girl, right? Seeing her fucking just not give a damn. Like, girl, you should be ashamed of yourself.
When have white bitches ever been girls?
They're not.
That's why. Okay, so what the fuck are you talking about?
They're literally not. white women are terrible.
White women have never been girls.
And then also, there's this video of Ariana Grande, because she's not only has she stolen all of the men that she's been with, she's cheated on a lot of them. Allegedly, she's cheated on like a good amount of them. So here it is.
Grande and her long history of cheating in relationships. 2013, Brooks accuses Ariana for cheating on him with Nathan Sykes. Same year, 2013, rumors started going around that Mac Miller and his longtime girlfriend Nomi broke up because he cheated on her with Ariana. In 2016, Naya Rivera revealed in her book that Big Sean allegedly cheated on her in 2014 with Ariana when she walked into her house and Ariana was there.
She walked into her home, and Ariana was sitting there. Bitch, you have so much audacity. You ain't never taken my nigga, but I want to put my hands on you. Like, I want to put my hands on her.
You think that? I'm just fucking with you.
No, she can have you. She can definitely have you. If she want to take you, I will put up zero fight.
Can I tell a story?
No, let me finish this video.
It's kind of on this brand.
Okay,
it's kind of what you said. So I used to be, when I was in college, right, I had 3 girl roommates, right? We all stayed in the apartment together. There was one other dude, and they were a couple. One of the girls and the dude were a couple. Mm-hmm. So they started going through like a lot of crazy little things, niggas fucking on other partners and shit like that. Mm-hmm. This bitch brings a nigga to the house. A nigga she fucking around with to the house. Nigga, we all live there. Mm-hmm. So I walk in. I know she fucking around with bruh, but I know my other roommate don't know she fucking with bruh. So I say, what's up to bruh? I look at her and like, give her the look of, you dirty bitch.
Yeah, if that was one of your boys, you'd be like, ah.
But no, then the nigga came home. And the nigga was on the couch.
What happened?
That nigga was pussy. That nigga walked upstairs with his head down. But that shit was crazy.
Yeah, that's why she had another nigga in the apartment, because he was laying down dick.
I had a shawty at the time that I was dating, and she looked at that situation, and we got back into my room, and she said, Frederick, I promise you, I would never.
Yeah, whole time
That
you
bitch
was cheating
was
on her too.
So? So? I didn't like that bitch. I found you. But no, that shit was wildly disrespectful. And this nigga was bigger than him too. That's why I really felt bad for him, because he was bigger than that nigga.
Damn, you gotta just take your L if the other
That nigga
nigga's
had
bigger.
about 35 pounds on that nigga, dog.
Ooh, jeez.
Oh shit! I don't want y'all. I don't know if I'm telling the story to get justice. I'm talking about when I seen this nigga face. I ain't never seen a nigga lose hope before. Like this nigga lost because he may have thought like, bro, we gonna fix this shit. We gonna get back.
He
together.
used that moment.
That nigga lost hope.
He used that moment to never treat any woman right from then on. To this day, probably. He still has.
I hope that nigga's
you
going
know,
through some bad
because
times,
in
honestly.
college.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I hope that nigga going through some bad times. That nigga owe me money. She do too. So I hope all y'all niggas going through bad times.
I hope all you niggas
hate
is
y'all
miserable.
niggas. I hate y'all niggas. Hold on. We still talking about Adriana?
Yeah, Ariana. Because
Ariana.
we haven't. This video is not even halfway through all the niggas she done stole.
Yeah, we had Mac Miller, yo.
Okay.
Mac Miller's ex-girlfriend Nomi revealed on her Tumblr blog Mac cheated on her again with Ariana in 2016.
Swag.
In
R.I.P.
2018, there were rumors Ariana cheated on Mac with Pete Davidson while Pete was in a relationship with
To Mac Miller.
No, I'm saying a lot of people been dead around this bitch, yo. Nina Rivera, Mac Miller, yo, what's up? Naya Rivera, Mac Miller, who else you with, nigga? What's the fuck going on with you?
Okay, let's continue.
Just
So
bad luck.
now Pete Davidson done. Well, she cheated on Mac with Pete, and Pete cheated on his bitch with her. Let's continue.
Cassie Davis.
Swag.
In 2020,
Allegedly.
Cassie said she found out Pete was cheating on her with Ariana through Instagram. In 2019, TMZ reports that Ariana and Big Sean were getting cozy in the studio together while he's dating Jean Aiko. In
Janae.
2020, Dalton Gomez's ex-girlfriend posted this on her Instagram story, fueling the rumors that Dalton cheated on her
Dalton is the man she just divorced.
with Ariana. In July 2023, it was announced Ariana and Dalton are getting a divorce. Ethan Slater and his wife are separating. And now it's announced Ariana and Ethan are dating all in 1 week, fueling the rumors that
So
Yo, this bitch is swag.
her wicked co-star, who looks like
That's from
an
the show?
Irish ghost.
Talking about from the show?
Yeah, Wicked, the Broadway,
Oh, okay.
the Broadway play that she's been doing.
She got
that was
horrible
also
taste in
canceled.
niggas, though. She likes the dirtiest crackers ever.
Yo, literally, and then Big Sean in the mix,
Yeah,
like
you
randomly.
like the dirtiest crackers ever,
she,
yo.
she likes men who look like they do meth.
Yeah, all day. And she's like and again, she's the daintiest little woman. Like, she comes
is.
off like that. I mean, you know her hair's fucked up because all them damn ponytails from that show she did.
But how
Well, not
lo-
the show, it's
how-
the wig.
How long? It was no
The dye, the dye.
Yeah, the red dye from Victorious. That was mad long ago, girl. How long?
They said that shit permanently damaged her hair. That's why she has to wear that ponytail.
Yeah, but she could have just shaved it off and regrew her virgin hair, and that would have been fine. Like
They said
at
it
this
was
point,
permanent damage.
permanent damage to the hair that she already had.
Yeah, like she's got
Could
spots
she
that
not
can't-
regrow hair?
No, that's what I'm saying. There are spots in her hair that have been damaged to the root, or she can't grow hair there. That's why. That's why she
got
has to have the ponytail.
not alopecia.
Well, it's not. It's just damage. But I feel what you're saying. But yeah,
Damn, I don't feel bad for her.
I mean, it is what it is. You got to go through.
Bitch,
I mean,
they took a patch of hair for every nigga you stole. Cause that's crazy. Like, girl, get somebody single. What the fuck is your problem? What, you cannot find a man who is not with another woman? Like, if it happened once or twice, but like over and over and over and over again, like, she obviously has some type of fetish from like taking things that are not available.
yeah. I mean, there's women like that.
Yeah.
I can see that with her though.
It's
Like,
probably a game for her. Yeah. And then this most recent man who looks like nothing.
like a
this-
fucking white Urkel.
Literally, like his eyes are indented into his fucking head, and he
looks like Urkel mixed with Pee Wee Herman.
he's so fucking pale. Like, so now you left your regular ass wife to be with Ariana so she can be with you for the next year until she finds the next nigga.
That pussy might be hitting for though.
It probably is, but it don't matter. You're gonna be miserable.
I'm gonna be honest with you. Niggas are nasty. Okay, she looks like a little girl, so that is why these white niggas are hopping down on her. They get off on that shit. She presents like a little girl. I remember one time there was a picture of her and Kylie. Kylie was like 16 or 17, and she was 21. And they look right next to it. It looked like the ages were reversed.
Yeah.
Because of just how she looks and how she presents. And I think a part of her is she gets off on that. Like, I don't feel like a regular relationship, because she knows niggas will give her all for her because of how attractive she is to them. Mm-hmm. It doesn't appeal to her that same way. She doesn't, being a guy being chivalrous to her, treating her like, duh, you're going to do that because I'm fucking that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, like, it's better when I take you from another woman and I can show my dominance when I do it. And then when I get tired of you, when you get on my nerves, we'll do that. But who is worse, her or J-Lo, when it comes to this jumping around in relationships and marriages?
I think she's worse because J-Lo is not.
J-Lo was taking niggas.
Okay, I don't know the full history of J-Lo, but
well, R.I.P. Kim, but Kim Porter was talked about this.
Oh, yeah.
That
I don't
nigga
know.
Diddy
I
was
just feel
fucking
like
going crazy.
Maybe when you're in that world, it's different. Like I feel like when you're a celebrity, you have less levels of consideration for other humans.
I mean, you're in a position where you are not human anymore.
Yeah.
What people don't understand about celebrity, everybody's not supposed to know you. Like, that's not a normal human thing that could happen without media.
Yeah.
So, like, for the fact that we actually have people who, there are folks in China who know your name, there's folks in India who know your name, and you're an American artist. That's insane. Like, that's not supposed to be a thing.
Unheard of.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So, like, when you have something like that, you lose your ability to really be human. It just comes with that. So I can see what she don't see. If you're not another famous person, she probably don't see you as human. Because when we looked at that, it was only like 2 girls that was famous, and they was black for the most part. It was the Naya girl, and then what was
Naya's not black.
She's person of color. I think her dad is Afro though. I think her dad's Afro.
I don't know about her.
I've read about her because I
think
talked
she
about
was
on
black.
my other show where I talked about her suicide and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we kind of went into some.
There were no black women on that list though, because the only black man on that list was Big Sean.
And then he had 2 black girls that he
was with Janae.
women of color and
Okay, Janae.
Those were the 2 ones.
Yeah. So there are 2 mixed women on that list. Mm-hmm. We'll call Janae.
None of the white women were other famous women though.
No, they weren't.
So like you can see where the nigga famous people, I'm not really respecting unless you super high, you're a Nicki Minaj type shit. And you white bitches, if you're not famous, I don't respect you.
Yeah.
That's my nigga.
Yeah.
Like, that's my nigga. He's mine.
100%.
Oh shit, that
shit is really crazy.
No, it's nuts.
Yeah,
she thinks she Alicia Keys.
She fully does not respect these women because she's like, I'm Ariana Grande, and your man has had fantasies about me.
Yeah.
So I can take him if I want him. And this is a regular ass man. She be taking regular ass men.
I mean,
it's not like Brad Pitt.
She thinks she's Drake.
Like,
she thinks she Drake. What Drake just say? He said, I want a regular girl, but these famous bitches still on my dick.
She takes these regular ass men and she just puts them up.
Well, no, some of these guys are famous. Most of these guys are famous.
Mac, yeah, but the other guys. This guy and the guy before.
What's the nigga?
Pete Davidson.
Pete Davidson.
Yeah.
Don't know that nigga name when I describe him like that. Yo.
I feel like low key Ariana made Pete Davidson.
No, 9/11 made Pete Davidson.
9/11 gave Pete Davidson his material.
Yeah, so that made Pete Davidson. 9/11 made Pete Davidson.
Is it still too soon to make 9/11 jokes?
He makes the jokes about his dad.
Okay.
So I mean,
I'm saying 9/11 jokes, not Pete's dad is
nigga,
dead
it's been
jokes.
20 years. It's been 20 years. We're good. We've gone through the threshold, my nigga.
So, I think
we can finish up with Ariana, but what were you about to say?
I wanted to finish up because I think Ariana's the topic of Ariana would go kind of transition well into the lotto thing.
Okay. Let me bring up the lotto. Whatchamacallit, her little rant, but you can do while I.
Bro, I completely forgot what she said in that rant. What was she saying? She was saying
some bullshit. You know how y'all do. Y'all are
every
talking
time,
about tradition.
honestly. Okay, so yeah, so this is Lotto was talking about how if you want a traditional woman, you have to be a traditional man, basically.
She tried to take my bars, though, if we being honest.
Everybody be trying to take your bars.
That's real. I appreciate you acknowledging that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not showing the videos coming up right now. It's like stupid. But basically, we might just I might just throw it in between this. But basically, what she was just saying that if you want to be a traditional man, I mean, if you want a traditional woman, you got to be a traditional man. But let's be honest, who here is barking up the tree of traditional women?
Nobody. You bitches is boring.
So I mean,
you bitches is boring.
I don't think that I wouldn't say that they boring, but there is nobody appealing because nobody is showing y'all a way where it looks advantageous to you. I can show you a independent woman and her giving her mythical money, and then that looks advantageous to you. But of course, it's not gonna look advantageous to you when the nigga coming home and you cooking, cleaning, and all that other shit. And then when y'all do see it, the white women do it, y'all be hating.
Yeah, and then also, I just think it's really, 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 really funny, hilarious, fucking hilarious that Lotto was talking about traditional men and women because is your nigga not married?
That's a tradition though. That's traditional.
That's highly traditional.
Being the side woman is traditional.
I guess, yeah.
So,
down the street with the other 21 Savage.
Okay, that's what I was thinking. That's what I heard, but nobody ever
he's not gonna claim her ever because he's married.
Gotta get those tax write-offs, yo.
Like, she's been dating 21 Savage for a while now. She be all over the place. My man. Girl, my man. Your man left you for dead.
He on tour.
Your man does not claim you. Please stop bragging on this man. And he's not bragging on you. Like, you look dumb. Just shut up.
I've never heard her brag on him, though.
She does it all the time. You don't.
I don't listen to the girlies like that. You're right.
Yeah. Like, she be in her interviews, she be bragging, whenever he missed me, he sent me a private jet, blah, blah, blah. That's because you need to come to him because he needs to stay near the house. He needs to stay near the house with his wife. I don't know if he has kids. Does he have kids?
Yeah.
He needs to stay by the house with his wife and kids. So he gonna have you come stay down the block. So that when he has a couple hours,
well, I mean,
free,
they're all Atlanta people, so she can stay at her home. We just meet at the fucking hotel,
wherever she's at. You know, if she's somewhere else and he misses her, then she just posted that shit. Mm-hmm. Like, girl, please just shut up about being a side woman. Like, you and Ariana. Ariana obviously does it way better because Ariana would have had 21 Savage in her home and she would have had that ring on her finger by now.
Early.
Period.
Early.
Shut up.
Could a black woman pull this Ariana thing besides Alicia Keys? She's a little on the light skin side.
The media would have crucified her as the nastiest whore to ever live. The nastiest whore to ever whore in the history of whoredom would be this woman if a black woman was doing this.
Has a black woman ever done like this? I'm trying to think. I'm talking about in me now.
Julia Roberts did the same thing back in the 90s.
But she was doing it with actors, right?
Yep.
But I'm saying, is anybody a black star? I can't think of a black woman who's been linked
Lori
to
Harvey.
Lori Harvey.
Lori Harvey gets called all types of whores. Mm-hmm. Pass around, this and that. She's a woman in her 20s dating. Mm-hmm.
But she at least Ariana's getting married to these men at least.
She got married to one.
Mm-hmm. But she got engaged multiple times.
Yeah, but
see, that's the thing with Lori. Lori
honestly,
didn't want to get engaged.
Do you not think? Yeah, that's what I was about to ask you. Lori probably has turned down a couple engagements already.
She turned down Michael B. Jordan's.
Yeah. So like,
but see, to me, with her, and I guess with any woman who kind of does this serial dating, is like, why don't y'all date? Why don't y'all date like niggas?
What do you mean?
Okay, who do we see her with everywhere? We don't see her with this nigga this week, next week. No, we see her with Damson the whole time. They do the couple type shit, and then it's some type of breakup thing happen, and then now it's I'm a bitch on the next one, all this other shit. I don't
understand what you're saying.
I'm saying why don't y'all? Because I'm about to explain. As a nigga, you would see me if I was on a date with Lori Harvey, you might see me on the next with Tiana Taylor. You know what I'm saying?
So you're saying that she stays with the same person?
She does a couple things. She does the couple things. She's not dating. She's in a short relationship with
Do you think it would benefit her to be in short things seen with multiple people all the time as a woman?
To me, again, so that's what I'm saying. Like, why that's why I hate. My problem is I hate you playing that even coin in the first place. Either you that bitch and you can move how you want to move, or you gonna follow the patriarchy. Like, you just doing the patriarchy when it's benefits you is fucking corny as fuck to me. Like, either be that bitch.
I think Lori is obviously trying to move in a way that makes her like seem like she's up here in like patriarchal view.
Yeah, but it comes from the validation.
Because
of the men.
if she didn't care about that, then she would talk more.
Yeah, no, she talks now.
She doesn't. She still doesn't talk as much as most girls do.
When I seen her on that
like
Tuna Tyler podcast,
Lori shuts the fuck up most of the time. Like 95% of the time, you don't hear shit from her.
After that Michael B, she been a lot more talkative.
She after Michael B. Jordan, she's been a little bit more talkative of like, this is not true. Y'all are making this shit up. Like, I've seen her doing that more. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I mean, like, say again, I'm not having a problem with it. I just feel like it's a use of like using patriarchy when it's beneficial to you, but then when you get called out,
I feel like
for
when your father is Steve Harvey, then
father.
You got
her father's a fucking drug dealer.
Who we know as her father, we don't know that nigga.
I'm just telling you who her father. We know who her father is.
Okay.
We know who her stepdaddy is. We know who the nigga who stepped up is.
If I didn't Google it, I wouldn't have known that wasn't her biological father.
That's the idea.
We know the public who doesn't dive deep and want to do more research.
That's why they're on the show, though.
Her father is Steve Harvey,
but
he's probably coaching her in the ways that she should move, and he would probably coach her against being
that
seen.
Nigga too much credit.
He would probably coach her against being seen with one person this week, the next person this week, the third person this week, the fourth person this week. Like,
it's her mama that's the one that's coaching her. I feel you. All right, hold on. We want to make one little call. I want to see if I can get somebody on the phone for us.
Hello?
How you doing? This is Rhetoric from Talk FNF TV. Am I speaking to Star Tisha?
Yes. How can I help you?
How you doing today?
Hey, Star.
Hello. How are you?
We're good. We got you live on the show with us. Grant, you got to step away for a little bit, my man. All right, Star. So we just want to ask you this question because we about to wrap up our show. If Sexy Red came to your son's high school and purchased him a shape up, would you be offended?
If she came
to his school, invited by the principal. She didn't perform. She came in, bought dresses for the little girls.
She did a walkthrough. Got your son a little shape up. I'll edit that out. Got him a little shape up. Better than yours. Better than the ones that you gave him. Got your daughter not a lace front, but maybe if she was older.
She bought you some bundles.
Bundles.
Would you be upset with that?
For high school? No.
I like that. I respect that. I thought we was gonna get some conservative BS coming out of you today. I respect that.
Now, if she was gonna perform, I would have a problem with that.
No booty holes brown over here, Star Tisha.
Okay, that's right. As long as she's not performing, she's just doing good in the community, trying to give, some haircuts and some bundles. I don't have any problem with that.
Okay, I respect that. See, now everybody here that's listening, y'all need to leave Sexy Red alone, because we got a good, upstanding parent right here. 3 strong black kids in the community.
Yes.
And she's okay with Sexy Red doing right. As long as she ain't got to see the brown booty hole. Ain't that right?
Oh, my goodness. You can stop saying brown booty hole.
We at the end of the show now. we ain't got to worry about that.
As long as she's not there to present that message to the youth. Like, we can't confuse her work in terms of entertainment with her work in terms of community service.
I feel that. That was beautiful. That was well said.
Yeah.
Appreciate that, NOS.
No problem. Well, how you gonna go to NOS, but you're gonna introduce me by my government name? That's a problem.
We'll edit some things out. Don't worry, I got you.
He needs to do some stuff.
See, you have to lead and end with NOS.
I'll figure it out. I'll do some things. Star's cool too, though. That's a superstar name. You feel me?
I feel you. It still feels like a alias, so I'm not too mad. But when you went with the whole government,
I didn't drop the whole government. I just dropped the teaser.
Okay.
I just dropped the teaser of the mixtape.
I feel you. But you did the whole government of the first.
All right. Well, you should definitely send me a picture, or I'm gonna find one to put on here. So when you have you talking,
send him a picture, please, because he is not. He's gonna do you dirty, Star.
So you should definitely.
Send him a picture.
Send me a picture of a clone Star.
Why does it have to be a picture of me? Why we can't just use a picture like something as a representation, a symbol?
You want me to use
Think
Condoleezza
of
Rice?
me like Prince. Look, think of me like Prince.
You want me to use Condoleezza Rice?
I said a symbol.
Condoleezza's.
No.
That's a human.
Condoleezza's.
No, I will find the right symbol to represent me.
Okay.
Yeah, just send us whatever you want to use.
Just don't send us none of them little Confederate flag type shit that you be out there with. You know what
Who
I'm saying?
said that I was going to there you go. There you go.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you get a little confused. You know, you're like, what did that mean again? You know. So I just this is all.
There's conservative and then there's conservative.
I feel you. All right, well, that is Star Owens here with us, so I appreciate you coming in.
He hit them with the whole government.
I said Owens. That's not her name.
Okay. We're gonna edit that out, regardless.
Owens, because it's like Candace Owens.
No,
that was the joke.
Right. He's boy.
She didn't even get the joke.
I didn't get it.
She did. It went
Yes.
over her head.
Yes.
Hey, I caught the disrespect instantly.
All right, we love you.
All right, love you guys too. Take care.
All right,
bye.
Thanks for having me.
Oh yeah.
Alrighty.
All right, so that's it. What we have for today. Was anything else you trying to touch up? I think we good.
Yeah, we good.
All right, man. You're listening to Talk FNF TV. It's your greatest host in the world.
It's Talk FNF TV.
With
Yeah.
Rhetoric and Farrah.
Rhetoric and Farrah. Even though it's FNF, it's Rhetoric and Farrah. Even though it's FNF, it's Rhetoric and Farrah. Period.
All right, we out.